Alright class, so let's recreate this shape right here. What's interesting about this shape is that it overlaps four different ways. So it has this kind of organic, infinite type of look. So you can't really tell where certain elements are overlapping in a certain way. So it has like this type of wrestle with form type of feel. So let's just take a look and see how this is built. So I'm going to go into my ellipse tool right here, okay, and I'm going to draw a circle. Remember, I'm holding down shift to create a circle. Perfect circle on all sides, not an ellipse, a circle. Okay, now I want to stay in outline mode, and what I did was I selected my circle right here, and I wanted to broaden my stroke a little bit, make it thicker. So what I did was I went into window and went to stroke, which I already have up here. All right, I'll do it again. Stroke. And in here, I went up to 5 point. If I go down, you'll notice how thin it gets. The upper arrow makes it go thicker. So I want to stay at 5, all right? Now notice how I actually have this pink thing that says path, which allows me to take a look at how my shape will be placed if I place it on top of other shapes. So I want to also demonstrate how you can work with shapes in a way where you can overlap them seamlessly, aligning onto the central axis that you see right here, this blue dot. All right. So first of all, I want to make copies of this circle. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to hold down Option, as you can see that the double arrow like this. Click and drag. This creates a copy like so. Alright. And this is how we create duplicates. We hold down Option and click and drag. Alright. So I want to go step back and just show you guys. I went Command Z to go back. Alright. So I want to make sure that I hold down Shift, and as you can see, you see where it says intersect. I'd like for that intersection to happen in the middle part of the circle. As you can see, there's this pink line that's telling me that this is the center of the circle, like so. I'm going to create another duplicate by holding down Option, and I'm going to, again, look for that little X that you see in the middle and make a copy. Now you'll notice that in order to get to those types of coordinates, I go into View and I make sure Snap to Point is selected. And that will give me those dimensions that I'm looking for, right? And those guides that will help me throughout the process, okay? So I have this shape like that, and then what I want to do is I want to select these two circles. I'm not selecting this middle one right here. I'm going to click and drag, and I'm making a copy, right? And then I want to rotate. The way I rotate is, again, I have these two selected like so. So just by clicking and dragging both, I've selected both circles. I'm going to hover on top of this corner right here. As you can see, this arrow pops up, and this allows me to rotate when I drag to the right, like so. When you hold down Shift, this allows you to rotate according to 45 and 90 degrees, either or, so it constrains your movement. So I want to go down, and where it says intersect, I'm going to click there, and it's given me this type of shape right here. Okay? Now, I'm going to select this shape right here, and I'm going to make a copy and just drag this over right here. I might want to do something different with this one. So I'll leave that for later. Alright, so now that I have this shape right here, I'd like to recreate what I have here. So what I'll do is I will select all these circles. I'm going to go into my Shape Builder tool right here in the toolbar. You hover over it, says Shape Builder tool. And now what you do is you'll see those highlighted areas that you can possibly click and drag and create simpler shapes. So here's just an example of what you can expect. So if I zoom in and I start to take a look at my circle, so what are some things that I can simplify? So in order for me to get from this complex shape to this simplified shape, what I can do is start looking at certain areas that move in this clockwise shape. So let's start with this first shape right here, which is highlighted, and then I'm going to click and drag and let go. And as you can see, it just deleted that line right here and created this moon-like shape. I'm going to do that for the rest of my shape right here. So I'm going to click and drag like so, clockwise, like that, and like that. Okay. So now we're starting to see a little bit of a motion into these types of circles. So we're seeing some kind of motion come in this way. So we still need to break apart some of those shapes in order to get here. So what we'll do is we will select and then go back to the Shape Builder tool. And then let's see what else we can do. So we can click and drag into this area of the circle. So I'm going into the center, like so. And then let's deselect. So it's almost getting there, right? So if I wanted to stop here, I could, right? This is almost like a fan that's kind of morphing into its underpoints. So you can definitely stop here if you wanted to. If you wanted to add color, this would also work well. So an idea for color, all I'm doing is selecting and color picking from this color spectrum right here. And to access that, I went into Window, Color, and out pops this menu right here for color. So this is also another option to consider. So this could be one area to go for. However, that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for a little bit more of a simplified shape like this. So I'm going to just go back, Command Z a few times, and go back to the original state it was in. I'm going to select once again, go back to my Shape Builder tool, and then just take a look and see how I can further simplify this shape. And there we have it, identical. All right. So this is an example of how you can get from a series of complex circles jammed in together to combine themselves into this amorphic organic shape just by a few simple moves with the Shape Builder tool. And it's such a powerful tool to use whenever you find yourself working with complex shapes as it gets more complex as you go along. So I'll see you in the next video to work with squares this time instead of circles.